You know the saying, December is a simple wish that brings spectacular moments. Well, as we wrap up the year 2024, it's only fitting to reflect on the key topics that shaped our conversations and inspired meaningful dialogue. Hello and welcome to Islamic Finance Weekly. I am Rahma Say Muhammad. Alhamdulillah, it has been an incredible journey of insightful discussions, engaging interviews, and valuable takeaways from the ever-evolving world of Islamic finance. So on today's episode, we will revisit 5 major issues we discussed on the show, topics that resonated with you, our esteemed audience, and showcase the critical role of Islamic finance in fostering ethical, inclusive, and sustainable growth. Let us look at this conversation and addressing the issue of fostering Islamic finance awareness we had with Halima Suleiman, Business Relationship Manager, Alternative Bank.
Wherever you are, I'll give an instance of what happened to me last week. I went to one of my auntie's organization to sell, and there was someone who, he wasn't even a Muslim, and he said, "This is my third time enjoying Mudaraba." So we need such people to keep sharing their stories. We need industry, the NIFI ecosystem to keep writing, create awareness, drive conferences or webinar, because we need to speak up. I think one of the most beautiful marketing adage that I've seen before is you don't sell to people in a dark light, because to speak, you need to see their faces. So we need to put our faces out there for everyone to hear us.
Another key conversation we had was reflecting on the 2024 Eid al-Fitr celebration and socio-economic implications on it with Dr. Afolabi Abiodun Tajuddin, Special Advisor, Political, Legislative, and Civic Engagement to the Lagos State Governor.
Every year, we institute what we call Zakat and Sadakat al-Fitri. All right, Sadakat al-Fitri is just a sunnah that was recommended to be done by Muslims to the less privileged ones. It is given out a day or on the day of Ramadan, where of Eid al-Fitri, where we will put or we will give out donations of food items, so that those that cannot afford to go to market, they have the privilege of collecting from us food items like rice, staple foods like gari, like beans. All right, and if need be, we do some little cash gift for them too, so that will act as palliative to reduce the hardship of what the economic is saying now.
CBN new capital requirement was a striking topic earlier this year, as banks are required to up their games. We discussed on its implications for non-interest banks with Dr. Bashir Oshodi, the Chief Executive Officer, Trust Arthur.
It's right that the banks take the bulk of it. You can see the capital markets taking like the lead, Yes, as a result of the sovereign sukuk, which has, just like as I mentioned in the beginning, conscious effort in 2009, consistent conscious effort. And so by the time the first sukuk emerged, it was a result of 5-7 year work, back end, and then so you can see the sukuk market controlling 60-70% of the market, right, in Nigeria, right? And that's sovereign sukuk, of course, the first sukuk was shown, and the federal government sukuk. And you have a lot of private sukuk now, some listed, some not listed. But the size of the assets on the sukuk side is then much more bigger than what you have in the banks, all the banks put together, all the non-interest banks put together. On the other hand, issues around financial inclusion. When I finally did the research, we did research every 2 years. I don't know what's happening right now, but every 2 years we do research on financial inclusion, and you could see, increase, in number of people that are now financially included, right? Islamic finance was a major player in that space.
Earlier in October, we were at the 2024 Nigeria FinTech Week, which was themed Positioning Africa's Ecosystem to Accelerate Inclusive Growth, where we had the privilege to engage Dr. BC Aino, the Managing Director, Soft Alliance and Resources Limited, on scaling non-interest finance through Islamic FinTech. Let's have a look.
Ethical growth in FinTech is an important key thing that I think should happen. If you see what is happening in Africa today, there is that problem of expensive funding. A lot of companies are trying to grow, but when they get the fund, the interest rate is very high. And so I think fintech, in collaboration with banks, should be able to offer interest-free loans to support and enable startups to be able to grow in their various businesses.
As Islamic finance is fast adopting in a rapidly evolving economy, we discuss with a key player in the non-interest finance space on what does the future hold for Islamic finance or non-interest finance in a rapidly growing economy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zubari Mogal, Chief Executive Officer, Al-Huda CIBE.
Islamic fintech will be emerged in a very fast ways. The social sukuk, the new Islamic capital market product will be emerged, and geographically, and I'm seeing that in next decade, Africa will have a substantial share within the Islamic finance industry. If we see globally, right now, the largest share related to the Islamic finance belong to the Asia, the Middle East, Far East Asia like Malaysia, Indonesia, Southeast Asia like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Central Asian market have a very good Islamic banking and financial development. But in Africa, if we see the West Africa is heading to the African market. In West Africa, the country like Nigeria and couple of francophone countries like Senegal, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Mali, Chad, Niger, and couple of other West African countries have a very good statistic for Islamic banking and finance.
So, as we bring this special edition to a close, we reflect on the key highlights of the year and strides made in advancing Islamic finance or non-interest finance on local, regional, and global fronts. It has been an honor to share this platform with thought leaders, innovators, and stakeholders, exploring how non-interest finance continues to drive ethical practices and sustainable development. My heartfelt gratitude to my incredible team. Your hard work, dedication, and behind-the-scenes efforts have been the backbone of this program. And to my special editor, Moranike Igago, thank you so much. And to our esteemed viewers, thank you for your unwavering support and engagement throughout the year. Until next year, as always, I am Rahma Sayyid Muhammad, wishing you compliment of the season.